Charge of this one tonight. He may have his hands full. My friends, let's get ready to rumble. The second match of the Tri-Nation Series on Channel 9. And it's the Ogre who takes the first charge and rolls back to the 20-metre line. Second hit up. It goes past Sivanasiva. On the bounce for O'Donnell. 4 Kiwi jumpers get in there. Vangana making the tackle along with Rapati and Kidwell. Now Sivanasiva gets his run, and Wiki was first man in that time. And over the top, Tony Pulatua. The Kangaroos 25 metres out from their own line, first set of 6. And crowd will get right into this one the moment they see the two teams get anywhere near what may resemble a bit of biff, in the words of Reg Reagan tonight. Jonathan Thurston kicks downfield. On the bounce, back goes Big Vatavai. 5 metres out from his own line, and O'Neilly came up. He was looking for a front-on shot. Trapped inside his 10-metre line, no dummy half. Vatavai turned around to dive on it.
That's where we played it.
And Kleiner's got them for grabbing the man who played the ball.
What about the hit on Vatavai as he bring the ball back? Look, I can tell you that was fair game. I don't care if the Australians are offside back there 10 metres or not. He got up and played that ball. It should have been play on. What a hit.
So New Zealand 8 metres short of halfway. We're waiting on that first hit up for David Kidwell as well. A lot of people want to see what's going to happen. Matai gets to halfway. Rapati a dummy half. Pulatua shifts down the short side. Takes a run where Darren Lockyer is defending. 8 metres inside Kangaroos territory. Now Jones to centre field as Atazi into the clutches there of Hindmarsh. 41 tackles last week. It may come Kidwell's way this time. They go left though. Rapati back for Wiki. Wiki's up to the Kangaroos 30-metre line and beyond. Kiwis on the attack. As Atazi on then for Menery. Held in the Sivanasiva, Hindmarsh and O'Mealy tackle. Last it is for the Kiwis. 20 metres out from the line. Jones is going to kick for the win of Harpy. Shontaine Harpy getting through. Back there is the freak. Greg Inglis comes up with the ball. He's given New Zealand a penalty for interference.
It was a very controlled set there by New Zealand. I like what Benji Marshall said before the game. They've got to be ruthless but not reckless. And that's what brought them success in 2005. A very structured game plan, balanced with some ad-lib footy. Well, they're down the other end now. Let's see what they can do.
Scored the first try last week through Nigel Vangana. Now Jones. On it comes. Kidwell's got his first touch. Ryan gets in. Sivanasiva finished it off as 4th man in. Rapati. 8 metres out from the line for Jones. Cut out ball along for Mannering. Lockyer wrapped his arms up around the ball with Gaznia. Just 2 metres away. Rapati close to the line. Goes deep to Jones. On it comes now for Vangana. He got the try last week. And held over the top by O'Donnell. Low down around the legs was Thurston. Kidwell. Webb's up in the line. 10 metres out. Looking for a short ball. Didn't find Soliola. They're eating up the tackles. They're up to tackle number 4. Jones again. He'll kick before the last. This time across to the wing. And Vatavai goes over all of their heads. Vatavai over the sideline. King was there. Vatavai. They both stand close enough to 7 feet tall, and neither could get near it.
Well, I think that's almost an opportunity gone begging. Greg Inglis has gone up for this ball, but I don't think he's got the hands. Matty King, he's missed it. Vatavai's found himself in the clear with an opportunity to grab turn and almost score the 4-pointer. But I don't think he expected it. Hence, loose head and feed to the Aussies, 10 metres out.
King gets a run of the ball. Nice bump off there on Vangana. Good charge by Matt King. In fact, there's 5 Melbourne players involved in tonight's match. Kidwell and Blair added to the Kangaroos contingent. Blair will come off the bench for New Zealand. Now Smith inside there for O'Mealy. In close quarters there with his Bulldogs teammate Azatazi. Smith, Sivanasiva strides up to the 30-metre line, and Wiki is there making the tackle. Nathan Fiend maybe looking around about the 20-25 minute mark to come into the game. Smith kicks out of dummy half. On the full to Webb. Back comes Brent Webb. Vaughan up off North Queensland. So 2 Queenslanders in the New Zealand side, some would say. Shontaine Harpy now with the ball. Represents Bradford in the Super League. shifting it over the left. Fatavai getting in closer to the action. Gaznia there with Hindmarsh. Seems pretty obvious they're attacking Darren Lockyer's side of the field at the moment. Down that right side of the Australian defence. 5 metres inside Kangaroos territory. Wiki. Line stood back. Wiki got up a full head of steam. 32 metres away from the line. Merely locked horns again with the New Zealand captain. Now Jones. This time it's back to the right side. Inglis goes up. Inglis loses this one. Offside was Thurston. Another penalty to the Kiwis. And it is 11 metres out from the line.
I like the tactics here. I really do. The quick tap here by Kidwell. He could score.
Kidwell takes a charge straight at them. He's held up in goal by Thurston and O'Donnell. The two Cowboys were called to arms. They have saved a try as the Kangaroos went into a bit of a slumber.
He's nearly got one back for the adverse publicity he's copped through the week over that big shot. Nearly caught the Aussies napping. He thought on his feet, the second rower. Kiwis with a great opportunity here.
Now Jones, 15 out, inside Wiki. Yet another touch. He's held up 5 metres away from the line by O'Mealy and Sivanasiva. Rapati comes to the left side. Jones first receiver. Nice play for Webb. Webb knocked off his feet by Lockyer. 9 away from the line. Real pressure on the Kangaroos. Jones with it, he's hit hard. Jones is shut down by Luke O'Donnell. And that hurt. Now Rapati. Still comes to the right. Vangana cut out ball there for Harpy. Nice step from Shantae Harpy. He's got in goal. He's held up again. Held up in goal, just wants to check it with the video referees upstairs. Nice and fired up too tonight. Matthew Johns on the sideline with Benji Marshall. Live Test match rugby league on this Saturday night on Channel 9. And Kiwis up by 4, and here goes Manu. Vatley is hit by Sivanasiva. Sensational hit. Front on the biggest player in the New Zealand side. 22 metres out from their own line now. Azatasi with it. He rolls over the top there of O'Mealy. What about this hit on Fatavai?
Outstanding.
Up around the chest. The Beast, they call him. Well, he met his match there. Now Simon Mannering with a ball, and Hindmarsh rocks him for young lock forward for New Zealand. And Hindmarsh had plenty of mates there as well. On halfway. Last tackle, shift to left side. Webb had to rush his kick. Plenty of time though at the back for Carmichael Hunt. 5 metres out from his own line. Hunt puts in the big hop and step. He copped a shoulder from Pulatua. Oh, give us more of this, baby. How good's this, Gus?
Oh, dear.
It's a smash-up derby. Now King is hit by Azatasi.
Oh, get the ice packs ready.
11 metres out from their own line. This time O'Donnell takes a shot of his own from Azatasi again. This one on Carmichael Hunt. The steps flashed, but it was Wiki who got his shoulder in, and Pulatua finished him off.
He zigged there where he needed a zag, I think.
Lovely double. 30 out from their own line. Thurston, Sivanasiva. Little more sedate, that hit up to the 40. Last tackle for the Kangaroos. They trail by 4. Cameron Smith, Thurston. Pressure there from Pulatua. Had to change from aiming right to kicking left. And Shantae Harpy returns the ball. He was locked forward in last year's Tri-Nations final.
He looks a lot bigger and stronger than I can remember him. It's done him well this season in England, I can tell you. Playing with a lot of confidence. Saw him play a few games in England. Very good over there too.
There's Soliola with it in his second test tonight. Young Rooster, former junior Kiwi, Ruben Wiki. Dropped the left side into Cameron Smith. He hung on in the tackle. What a record it is though. 52nd test tonight. Most cap player in New Zealand history. Out they come, Tony Pulatua. Good stuff, physical stuff from Ryan and Lockyer. 25 metres out from the line. Stacey Jones steadies for a kick. Try out Greg Inglis again. Out to the wing, Shantae Harpy bats it in field. Bounces there for Thurston. Kangaroos in possession.
It's been great play from the Kiwis thus far in that they're picking a corridor on the field, middle, left or right. They're working it over up until which stage they get a quick play the ball and then they go wide. Once they get to the end of the set, they're kicking to the corners. It's been very effective for them. If they can stick with it, they're going to have some success tonight, believe you me.
Carmichael Hunt was able to steal some metres short side that time. The Aussies 15 metres inside their own half now with Inglis. Funganar's there, little wrestle along with Soliola and David Kidwell just inside their own half. Now Thurston across with O'Mealy. Typical bumping run from Mark O'Mealy. Never submits easily in a tackle. Smith, Thurston kicking on the run right for the corner. Webb has to rush across. Wasn't the best bounce. He's with it though now and cops the tackle from Hodges.
He did really well with it. He let it bounce. It was a terrible bounce, but he wisely got his left hand to it. And here's Shontaine Harpy again stepping out of tackles. But that was a play that Webb had to make. It wasn't an easy one, and he did it nicely.
So New Zealand ball. Soliola is held 15 metres out from the New Zealand line. And now Steve Maddai comes in from left centre to take a run, and that was a classic tackle low down from O'Mealy. And then finishes it off. Maddai gets off with some sort of appeal, throwing the arms around before he played the ball. He thought that was necessary. Fell on deaf ears with the referee. Kick down the short side from the Kiwis. More work here for Greg Inglis. A little more comfortable to take there for young Greg in his second test. Back to the 40-metre line for the Kangaroos. Better field position to start this set. Here is Hodges with the ball. Nothing doing there at a dummy half. Standing and passing for Hunt. Now out to Sivanasiva flat-footed. Just getting back on side. Little untidy. There's the possession flow so far. Dominated by New Zealand. King takes a strong charge. Got past Wiki. 5 metres into the New Zealand half. Sivanasiva almost lost it. And is held 35 metres away from the New Zealand line. Wiki again in defence. Lockyer, centre field, swings it back inside. Gasnier was there, but no gap presented for the Dragons centre. He will play it 28 metres out. Again with Lockyer. Now it's the Kiwis' turn to feel the pressure of the high kick. Harpy, Inglis copped interference from Soliola. That's why Greg Inglis didn't get close to the play. And New Zealand will bring it out of trouble. Soliola's leg was taken from him by Hodges. Brent Webb will come out of trouble with Vadavai. You've got to remind yourself, this Manu Vadavai hasn't finished growing, I don't think. He's only 20, as is Mannering with the ball. Ryan there with Hindmarsh and O'Mealy. Back to the 30, New Zealand. Ruben Wiki. Short pass, Kidwell lost it. Regathered. And it was a knock-on.
They didn't need to be doing that. This is where they had issues last week, playing too close up into the line. Really put themselves under pressure. They need to play a bit deeper. Coming out of their own end particularly, they need to play a comfortable style of football, not get too excited, and just get the ball down the other end.
Getting Brent Kite to come into the game. He was outstanding last week. They're right into it, Gus, the crowd tonight.
They are. They've done well, Melbourne. We came down here for an origin. They supported it well. They've supported this test match. They're in love with the rugby league, the Melbourne people. We've just got to get them to cheer for Australia. A lot of Kiwis here tonight.
Lockyer out for Gasnier. Put the fend on Maddai. Maddai gets him. A little anxious, though, that moment for Steve Maddai, the Manly centre, playing for New Zealand tonight. Lockyer. O'Mealy runs back, picked out his man. He ran straight at Steve Maddai. I'd call that a draw, that one. Here's Smith, Thurston, Hindmarsh. He likes this sort of stuff. Look at him, shrugs away from Mannering. And tackled low down by Rapati. Kangaroos 20 metres out from the line. Their best chance of the match. Lockyer, Carmichael Hunt with the ball. Stood in the tackle of Jones. Has gone through the hands. O'Donnell back for Lockyer. Ran around the back of Sivanasiva. Now on for Thurston. Held up by Rapati. 10 metres from the line. Kangaroos trail by 4. Smith. Lockyer. Cut out ball. Gasnier went through the hands. King's with it. Takes on his man. Got to the corner. In the tackle of Steve Maddai. Corner post went flying. Matt King is very confident that he's got the try.
And this is the advantage of having big, strong wingers. When cornered near a sideline, they can back their physical strength to still get across the line. He had to stop and wait for this. It went over the hands of Gasnier. They'll check whether that's a knock-on. Picked up by King, no room to move, and just blasts his way towards the try line. Now they'll look at arm, leg, and hip on the corner post. Pass from Lockyer. The touch from Gaznia. I would say that ball's gone forward. And then the physical strength from King to get to the line. I think it's a knock-on. I think Gaznia's touched the ball and it's been propelled towards the Kiwis line. Matt King looks up hoping. I think you're going to be denied.
Looking for his second try. I don't think there's any doubt about this one. We had some troubles with decisions last week. I've got no troubles with that one. Gazdia's in real strife here after that. O'Mealy has gone to the bench. Kite now onto the field, getting loosened up before this scrum.
I've got to say, just in those couple of raids there by the Australians, the New Zealanders have worked very hard on their defence this week. Last week they were getting caught out with those decoy plays. On the left-hand side of the field here with Carmichael Hunter, on that side on Gaznia, they had players ready to commit to defenders. Did a good job.
Now what about this play from Stacey Jones? He ran around to the open side of the scrum, feigning that he had the ball. So clever, has caught all the Australians breaking from the scrum.
This is what 10 years in Test football will get. You watch this. Stacey Jones will feed the scrum, dart off like he's taken it. All the Australian players are offside. Carmichael Hunt throws his arms in the air. And justifiably, the Kiwis get a penalty.
I suppose it's in the spirit of the game.
It's a trick shot.
From Stacey Jones.
We haven't seen it for a while. What's the old ball up the jumper trick?
The underarm bowl.
Thanks, Agent 86. Kiwis in possession. 5 metres inside their own half. Now on Tony Pulatua.
It's not one you usually bring out in a test match, mind you.
Mark O'Mealy just stalking that sideline, having come off. He's yet to even sit down. He's been off for a couple of minutes now, and he stayed on the walk. The Australian doctor, Hugh Hazard. Now the ball is with Kalis. He gets his first run off the bench for the Kiwis. Ruben Wiki has hopped onto the bike on the sideline. Stacey Jones on for Kidwell. Then on an angle out for Whanganā, trying to get on the outside of Thurston. Good tackle. Another penalty to New Zealand. Well, this count is climbing right now.
It's one of the things about these New Zealand players. They're so strong up top. You've got to make sure you get them at the first grab, because they can push you off and then you're compelled to have a second shot at them, and it can draw the penalty. That time they're too strong up top. You're not allowed to give away the penalty to get a second grab on him.
It's 5-0, the penalty count.
That'll help.
In the opening 17 minutes of this match. Jones with the ball. Kidwell's now got it. Kidwell's 15 metres out. Kite grabbed hold of him. Almost put the headlock on him. Finished off by Cameron Smith. You've now got to say former Melbourne teammates. Jones. Now it comes Tony Pulatua. He patrols the left side of the field. Kidwell the right. They're 11 metres away from the Kangaroos goal line. Mannering. Jones again. Dumps it off inside again for Nathan Kalis. And held by Smith and Kite. 9 away from the line. Rapati, Jones looking dangerous right here. Out it comes. Great step from Soliola. Soliola got to the goal line and lost the ball.
Oh, he dropped it.
He lost it centimetres short of the try line.
It was a beautiful move from Soliola. Pretty much identical to what Shontaine Harpy just showed us. And as he tried to get the ball from right hand to left hand to get it down, he's fumbled it. And the Australians have dodged a bullet.
The more he gets in the game, the better the Kiwis going to be. And I think they're attacking down their right side. They're attacking at the Australians' left. Justin Hodges, not a noted left centre. He may be having some issues there in defence because the Kiwis just continue to go down there and are having some good success.
So you saw Thurston limping. Gaznia is not 100% at the moment. Hodges goes for a run from that scrum. Let's go down to the sideline. Matthew Johns.
Just watching this game at the moment, Australia really have to warm to the task. They're struggling a little bit, and I see opportunity for Australia to attack in and around Stacey Jones. Stacey likes to defend in the centre position, try to hide a little bit in defence, but tonight Brian McLennan's got him defending 3 in the normal 5'8 position. Thurston and Lockyer, they just can't miss it.
Cameron Smith. Sivanasiva on the run, and a good run it is from the Broncos front rower. Oldest player in this Kangaroos lineup. Got it back to the 40-metre line. Smith has got his kick from inside the 40, but not the angle on it that he would have liked. Webb has come up with it for the Kiwis, and almost back to the 30.
They need to get a higher conversion rate, the Kiwis. They've had good possession at the other end of the field. They've been over the line 3 times. Still only lead 4-0. There's no doubt physically they're on top. But the scoreboard doesn't give them a big buffer zone.
Vangana ran it back to the 40. Kangaroos only have had one tackle inside the Kiwis 20 so far. Kidwell on for Jones, held it up beautifully. Kalis onto the charge. Sivanasiva only just got him. Quick play the ball. Rapati takes off. Good run. This is good attack from New Zealand. 35 metres out from the Kangaroos line. Webb with the ball, kicks high, out towards Inglis. Inglis underneath this one, hands above head. Wonderful take from Greg Inglis.
Well, they've done the right thing, the Kiwis. They've made it very uncomfortable for Inglis to get into the game, and every time he's received the ball, he's had defenders all over them. But that was a brilliant take under pressure from the young fellow. They're obviously trying to put some pressure on these outside backs with those high kicks.
Nathan Feen ready to come on. Cameron Smith out for Nathan Hindmarsh. Hindmarsh over the 40. Ridden into the ground by Tony Pulatua. So Feen will come into the game 21 minutes in. Here's the first penalty of the match to the Kangaroos. It's going to put them right on the attack.
And this is the test again for the Kiwi defence. Last week they were found wanting out on the edges. As soon as Australia ran decoy runs at them, or looked to go wide and turn the ball back on the inside, the Kiwis were found wanting. Australia's only been down here once, as Andrew just said. They were turned away. Another opportunity for the Kiwis to show us what work they've done in their defence.
Sivanasiva, up he comes inside the 20. You saw the coach's box. Craig Bellamy, part of the coaching staff with the Kangaroo side, the Melbourne coach. Cameron Smith, Thurston, on it comes for Kite. Kite's 11 metres away from the line. Harpy gets hold of the ball, and the drive comes from Nigel Vangana to take him towards the sideline with Kidwell. 11 away from the line. Smith now skips out Hindmarsh. Thurston, he finds Lockyer. Lockyer brings Hunt into the play. 10 metres out from the line. Positions king. That time they got the legs over the sideline. They'll have to check it with a video referee. King's not so sure this time.
Well, it's still great play, and again, when you see it from the high shot, you'll see how the Kiwis, as soon as Australia runs across field with decoy runners, their defence gets chewed up very quickly and they make poor decisions. King was given room down the outside. Let's have a look at it as he gets close to the line. A good shot from the inside. You're going to have to say no try again. Great defence, or great scrambling defence. They gave him plenty of latitude. He had the overlap, but defence coming from the inside has saved the day. King will be denied again.
Being able to shut down tries with plays like that is all about attitude. Now, I'm with Gus. I don't think the Kiwis are the best decision makers in the world, especially when they've got numbers coming at them. But their ability to work hard for one another, to trail from the inside, that shows that they've turned up ready to play.
So Matt King looks towards the video screen again. The big screen, no try scrum. Try saver from Vadavai. King is denied.
See, Benny, when they're in a situation like that in their own quarter and Australia is running those decoys, to me, it looks like they're in total panic all the time, as though they want to rush and close it down as quickly as possible, where if they just bided their time a little bit more, they wouldn't get outnumbered as easily.
Exactly right. I don't think they want to make decisions, so they get up in the Aussies' face and hope they can shut it down, but it's just not happening.
Sam Fireday's just run onto the front row. He's wearing jumper number 19, Sam Fireday, 21 years of age, on debut for the Kangaroos.
He had a great final series, didn't he? With the Broncos. Premiership glory, now a green and gold jersey. Been quite a season for the young fellow.
Nathan Feen, on it comes for Adam Blair. You talk about your seasons. What a year for Adam Blair. First year in first grade and now an international. Feen on for Kalis. He's done well since coming on. Tackled there by Kite and Fireday. 9 short of halfway. Feen kicks. So that outside the 40 and not deep either. To fathom that kick. And there's Hunt. Was certainly made by a good chase though from Harpy. He's on song tonight. Matthew John sideline with Benji. Yes, Matthew.
Now, Bossy, I'm down here with Benj, and Benji, look, he's been so dominant early, but it's only equated to 4 points. Is that a worry?
Yeah, I think it is a bit of a worry. You know, they've had most of the possession and can't turn it into points. If New Zealand doesn't score next and Australia scores, I think it could dent the confidence and, you know, hurt them at the end of the game.
Fireday gets his hit up to halfway. Cameron Smith, dummy half. On with Lockyer. He kicks, gets it over the head. Now Mannering's gone back to the right wing. That would mean Harpy's gone into the forward. Mannering has lost the ball in goal and now thrown to ground by Hodges. Oh boy, for Simon Mannering.
Inches, Gus. Rugby league's a game of inches. One more inch, he gets a perfect grab on this ball. He takes it, gets it out of the in goal, but unfortunately he didn't. He had to go back and chase it. Now his team's under pressure. The Aussies, the momentum is starting to swing. They're going to get a sniff, and if you give them a sniff, with the back line they've got, they can really start to pour on the points.
I feel sorry for him, Simon Mannering. He's got the 13 on his back. The coach has picked him in this squad, wants him to play at lock forward. So he steels himself for that job. Then suddenly in the heat of battle, they shot him out on the wing and say, here, catch this. You just can't do that to players. I'm not making an excuse because he's dropped the ball, but I still feel sorry for him being in that pressure position.
Thurston, it is a rare event for a forward to go to wing during a match.
Well, maybe by necessity, but by the same token, you know, it was a difficult one for him to take. Plenty of pressure here from the Australians. Now a penalty.
That's their second for the match. 5-2 is the penalty count.
They must surely kick for touch. They'll feel as though they can score here. They've threatened the last two times they've used the ball at this end of the field. It's just a matter of finding the right pass at the right time. And a couple of the decoy runners that they've missed in previous plays have actually run into fresh air. I wouldn't mind betting that maybe a Cameron Smith, a Jonathan Thurston or a Darren Lockyer picks up a decoy runner and see if he can't squeeze him through a hole.
Friday runs onto the ball and he was hit with everything. That's his second charge in Test match footy. He got smashed by Harpy. Lockyer put down on the outside. Haven't the Kiwis aimed up on the goal line this time?
Paid off for them that time, Gus, getting up in the Aussie's face.
Well, they went for the decoy runner. They didn't throw it behind Ryan's back. They gave it to him and he wasn't in position to take it.
That was an ambush. It was a Kiwi ambush. Maddai's in trouble. That was the hit from Harpy on Thaiday.
Have taken that pride that you feel and you see in their faces in the haka out onto the field tonight. They are pumped up, the Kiwis.
Steve Maddai, bloodied nose here for the Kiwis as Blair takes a run. And that time Ryan was waiting for him. He's made 14 tackles tonight, Andrew Ryan. It's a high count for some of the Australians. Siva 19 while he was on the field. They attack left with Tony Pulatua. Gets it back to halfway for New Zealand. They've weathered all that the Kangaroos have been able to throw at them tonight. Here's Kidwell, fended away there from Thurston, on for Vangana. Soliola into his own tonight. Mannering's put it down on the flick ball. And Thurston has possession for the Kangaroos. Now that's okay. Now he has put his back on the sideline, but that's allowed. In getting to your feet after you're tackled to play the ball, it's an anomaly in the rules. You cannot be ruled out of the field of play. A lot of you would be blowing up at home saying, well, hang on. But that is a strange one, which you rarely see.
I'm with you, Vossi.
Out it comes for Thaiday. I reckon you've seen it twice in 10 years. You've just seen it in a test match. 3 metres short of halfway. Now Berrigan, Lockyer, cut out ball. Maddai didn't get to it. It went out in front of Gazdia. That was Gus getting a little excited. He didn't fall off his chair. He's okay.
I thought he was going to go for the ball for sure, and then he just let it go. It went past him and Gazdia. Good chance for an intercept.
Kicking from 45 metres out from his own line, Mannering. He's got the ball. I hope for his sake he holds it in this tackle. It's been a tough old last 3 or 4 minutes for Simon Mannering. Took the tackle of Thaiday. Now Webb goes for a run. Turning the markers right around. Held front on there by Kite. 28 metres out from the line. Vangana on for Harpy. He's almost been their best tonight, Shontaine Harpy. Possession starting to level up just a shade. Nathan Kaler's with the ball. Ryan tackles in with Nathan Hindmarsh and Thaiday. And they're almost back to halfway. This time Jones places the kick. Carmichael Hunt intercept on the kick. 15 metres out from his own line, running from that far corner. And held by Jones and Blair, and Fiend was there as well. So they start the set just outside their 20. King and across with Inglis standing and hoping to offload, but there are 4 defenders there for New Zealand. on the 30-metre line. Matthew John sideline.
Well, see, I just want to talk about Gus's comments on Simon Mannering. Look, I back him 100%. I think Brian McLennan's got a decision to make with Mannering. I just get that feeling with Mannering that if he stays on the wing, it may turn out to be, one of those nights.
Now Kite on for Hindmarsh, and Hindmarsh looking to pass there. He had Hodges in support. He found Kite. Then on the bounce for Inglis. Now we've got a little one-on-one. Inglis out wide. Mannering's got him. Funganar's got him. So too Fiend. And he manages to stay just in the field of play. Berrigan from dummy half. Makes 10 metres. Look to roll over the top of Nathan Fiend. Last tackle. Kalis took off early there. Thurston tries the little kick. Back goes Perlatua. And is able to cover up the ball, and New Zealand have possession on their 20.
That's a big effort there from a second row the size of Pulatua to get back for that. He had Lockyer one side and Thurston the other. Two very quick men chasing through. That's a big play.
Here it was, the big Panthers captain getting to the ball, staying low to the ground. Now risky pass from Kalis. Out it comes, and Matai is with it. 4 points to nil. Pulatua now off to the bench for the first time tonight. New Zealand on the 40. Flick there from Kidwell for Vangana. Look to duck into that tackle. 3 changes for the Aussies so far. New Zealand now up to 4. And with the ball is Webb. And Webb looking to probe. And Hindmarsh had him. But he has fired on from where he left off last week. Kick low down. Some of their kicking has gone a little off here, New Zealand. Inglis is with it. Tackle 25 metres out from the Kangaroos line. This time, penalty Kangaroos. So we had that rush of penalties early to New Zealand, and now 3 straight to the Aussies.
It's a good game of footy, this. Soliola tried to get one over the referee, but got caught. I didn't do it. Yes, you did. It's a good game of footy. This time last week, I didn't think the Kiwis were in the contest. They were physical, they were trying hard, but Australia was too classy. Tonight, they're in the game. They're actually in the game. I'm not sure they can go on and win it, but they're in the game.
Brett Kite with the ball, and he takes the charge. Mannering goes over the top. Harpy's gone back to the wing here in defence. Mannering back into the pack. Fa'alongo is out there for the Kiwis. He was the man who replaced Pulatua. Sivanasiva tackled there by Fiend. 35 metres out from the New Zealand line. Berrigan, Lockyer, brings Gasnier, channels back in field.
Good defence. That's good defence on Gasnier. They didn't panic that time. They just let him come to them.
And Berrigan, as Harpy and jumper 2 is lined up again, back at right wing. 25 metres away from the line. Australia starting to get a flow of possession. Berrigan for Lockyer. They rushed up on him. That's trouble. Over the head of Thurston. Difficult one. Up came Soliola. O'Donnell didn't get to it. Thurston's with the ball. Referee Klein says last tackle. He's saying it wasn't played at.
Good call.
So the Kangaroos now Lockyer. They rush up again. He runs. He gets past Blair. He got past Fa'alongo. On the ground. Kite keeps it alive. Then put down by Hunt. That will be the changeover.
They're not getting the points they need. There's a bit of desperation and frustration creeping into their game. I know Darren Lockyer on the 5th tackle. Peter Sterling will often say, don't rush up on him, he'll make you look a fool. But this time, the commitment in the Kiwis' defence to follow through, just like we saw there, has got them the answers they were looking for.
Fa'alongo gets a hit up. South Sydney back rower. Had his debut back in May this year for New Zealand. Got 26 minutes that night. Looking for a little more game time in this one. Fiend, very short pass on for Blair. Has got them going forward though. Fiend for Jones. He's inside the 40. Stood in the tackle of Sivanasiva. Now for Webb. He got away from Lockyer. Out it comes, and stepping back in field was Mannering. He offloads to no one. Now it's back towards halfway, and they start over again with David Fa'alongo. And put down by Hindmarsh. 45 metres from the Kangaroos line. Still just the one try tonight. There's been a few disallowed, but Shantae Harpy's effort, the only one allowed.
A slow movement of the ball there. Too many players in a short space. No one running decoys for each other. Just virtually passing to the bloke standing alongside them. And Stacey Jones says, we'll try and have a break. He tries to put it over the sideline and has kicked the dead in goal. That was a poor set of 6 there from New Zealand. Stacey Jones tried to resurrect it by getting it out over the sideline. Wanted to have a talk to his troops, steel them up for the last 8 minutes of this first half, and gave Australia a cheap 20 metres. Very important period in the game for the Kiwis. They've done well. They've got to hold on.
That's a good shot in there. O'Mealy's ready to come back
Here
into
comes
the game.
Yep.
Now Berrigan out for King. He's over the 40. Matt King, 2 tries. Denied tonight. King headed for the sideline. Then got it away to Hindmarsh. He had to throw it away. Between Hindmarsh and King, they've ended up over the sideline, both of them.
If we're going to get a chance in this game, this is what the Kiwis are saying to themselves. Watch this defence. If we're going to get a chance in this game, we're going to have to fight for it. Fight for every inch. That's exactly what they're doing. Passion, pride, courage. It's what the Kiwis been about at Test football for a long, long time, and they brought it tonight.
Vadavai really playing tough tonight on the wing for New Zealand. Absorbing battle. Big Matt King against Manu Vadavai. Not bad on this side either, with Inglis facing up to Shontaine Harpy. Now from the scrum, Kidwell, nice play. Jones out the back for Webb. He's inside the 40, Brett Webb, and then stumbled and still able to crawl forward for a couple of metres. He will play it 30 metres away from the Kangaroos line. Shontaine Harpy steals another 6. Gets them right into the attacking zone now. Nathan Fiend, shaped to go blindside, goes open. Kidwell out for Jones, little dummy, good tackle. That time by Berrigan. Kiwis on the Kangaroos 20-metre line. Nathan Fiend, Blair, good footwork. He's shown that all year for Melbourne. 10 metres away from the line. New Zealand build. They will look to the number 7. Jones got it to Kidwell. Hindmarsh comes over the top of a tackle started low down by Thurston. Lost the ball.
He passed it back. He tried to keep it alive. And Nathan Hindmarsh come up with it. And we'll get the penalty because the Kiwis haven't let him up. He's very busy out there, Nathan Hindmarsh, and I see a lot of this in him at Parramatta. When he starts to worry how Parramatta are going, he ups the tempo with his work rate in defence and attack. I've just noticed in the last 10 or 15 minutes, he's really started to run in and try and do other people's work. Now, when he starts to get worried like that, you can sense that maybe things aren't all good in the Australian camp at the moment.
Kidwell to the bench. Hindmarsh 22 tackles tonight as O'Donnell takes the hit up. The penalty count was 5-0. It's now 5-4. Mark O'Mealy with it. And straight in and twisted around in the tackle from Fa'alongo. 45 metres away from the Kiwis line. Nice sleight of hand from Berrigan. A Sivanasiva. That was risky. Just threw it back off the ground. Australia have got to the scraps. Thurston. A low percentage play there from Sivanasiva. Kangaroos in possession, 28 metres away from the line. Hodges, a few chances for him tonight. Thurston, Lockyer, they build on the right. With the ball goes Inglis. Inglis is straight through. What a try to this 19-year-old superstar. The Kangaroos have their first try of the night. It is 4-all. Live on Channel 9's Widewater Sports Test Match Rugby League tonight. A 4-all scoreline. Inglis scores the Kangaroos first.
Sometimes tries are scored by great plays, and other times it's just the greatness of the player. And this is one of those occasions. That ball wasn't even really meant to him. He got it standing still. But just the ability to bump the defender off and explode into the backfield and hit top pace straight away. That's the greatness of the player. It had nothing to do with the play. No defence to that. He's a brilliant young athlete, and you've got a real look at it there. The acceleration off the mark, the strength, the confidence. He's been targeted, but he comes back and says, I've got you for one.
And that was a right-hand fend to the left-hand side of his body.
Yeah. He's a natural.
Well, he says he learnt the art of not being tackled playing in Maxfield growing up. The bindies on the ground. He just didn't like being tackled.
Can't get tackled on the bindies.
Simple as that.
You've got to stay on your foot.
And he's carried it all the way through his career. He resents it. Thurston's kick. Thurston puts the Kangaroos in front by 2. Benji Marshall sideline.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, this game's going at a cracking pace. After every defensive set, the New Zealand players are down with their hands on their knees. They'll be happy to see half-time. But in Australia's case, you know, being down 4-0 with such little ball, they've come back well. Good on them.
It was a key try last week, Benji, right on half-time. Mark Gasnier got it for the Kangaroos. Different scoreline, but it ended up such a big factor in the game.
Well, they've got to put that out of their minds, the Kiwis. They actually went up pretty good in defence. They were just beaten by just a great individual effort there. That happens sometimes. You've got to dust it off.
O'Mealy runs up hard as he did to start the match tonight. You expect nothing less. David Fayalongo was waiting for him. Gasnier now with the ball. The attacking weapons in this Australian side have received the ball in close quarters tonight, but Inglis made his own space. Gasnier, Hodges haven't been able to create tonight. Hindmarsh plays at 25 metres out from their own line. Gasnier, dummy half run out for King. Vadavai's there, up in his face. The battle continues, and we are loving it. Kangaroos on their 30. Thurston, Sivanasiva. Good low-down tackle. Fiend got right in there, terrier-like. Last tackle, Thurston can kick from inside the 40. They need to cut this one off. Finds Brent Webb. Webb's back over the 20. Thurston, the kicker of the ball, gets to him with Ryan and O'Mealy. And they are 25 from their line. Now for Manu Vadavai. A little head wobble there as he runs back.
Kiwis clock watching here. It's under a minute to go. They want to make sure they don't turn the ball over. They want to be the last possession in this half.
Steve Maddai will play it short of the 40. Nathan Fiend, Nathan Kalis, very strong tonight. In fact, a big rap for Nathan Kalis and Adam Blair, both of them off the bench. Have really added something to this Kiwi side. Here's Fayalongo looking to get that right arm free. Gasnier was the defender. Kiwis come to centre field. Jones under pressure, got it away to Wiki. Ruben Wiki has to produce a kick. Now there could be a bit of trouble here. Hodges with a fumble. Took the edge off there. Outside the 20. Kangaroos in possession. Final seconds of this first half, and what a good one it has been. Carmichael Hunt. Not keen to play the ball. He gets up looking at Simon Mannering. Half-time hooter sounds here. Lockyer wants one last attack. Out it comes for Gasnier. Maddai does the job on him. Good work. Great half of football. Great half of football. Ricky Stewart will head to the rooms to address his troops. One try apiece. Shontaine Harpy for the Kiwis. The reply was a sterling effort from Greg Inglis. Thurston a great conversion. So a 6-4 scoreline. After the break, we take a look at all the big plays from the first half. We featured Jonathan Thurston on Player Cam. Plenty more to come. Test Match Rugby League live on Nine's Wide World of Sports. 10 tackles and 6 hit-ups. King, the man who had 2 tries disallowed and couldn't blue with either decision.
He's been good, Sivanasiva in defence, some big hits, both on forwards and on kick chase. He's got down on kick chase very quickly, the big man. Put some hits on opposition wingers.
6-4 and underway, second half on Channel 9. And here we go again. Manu Vadavai gets the first touch. And 4 Kangaroos there to make the tackle. So many featured clashes tonight. Ruben Wiki with it. Hit and spin there when he got to Mark O'Mealy. 25 away from the New Zealand line. Jones, they stand deep out right too. Here's Mannering. Put a step, put a nice one on Thurston. Then got through the tackle of O'Donnell. There is Cameron Smith, the Dally M medal winner. Kiwis 8 metres inside their own half. Fiend. And now Blair passes short of the line. Good work for Kalis. They work well again. Fiend just inside the Kangaroos half. Jones gets that kick away to the corner. And it will be the job of Inglis to come back. And Inglis, he put a real spurt on of speed when he got up to Fiend and Mannering. Fiend's taken his tackle count into the double figures now. Here's Carmichael Hunt. Held over the top again by Fiend and Mannering that time, the combination. Berrigan O'Mealy gets to the 40, and they've called the pass forward to Mark O'Mealy. This is a big chance for New Zealand.
And it was forward. There's no doubting that. Berrigan got out of dummy half. We see Pulatura on the sideline there. Big Mark O'Mealy, he knows it's forward. Almost forward out of the hands, but it's given the Kiwis a great opportunity to attack the Aussies' line.
It was a lazy effort from the dummy half, Berrigan there. Just didn't concentrate on his job, flopped it up in the air and cost his team possession. They're the little things that can cost you in a game. New Zealand need to make them pay. Spend some time down here.
Now Vangana, 40 away from the line. Maddai put an interesting little step on there as he got to Lockyer. Lockyer's had to get through some defensive work tonight. They've run at him a lot. This time back for Fa'alongo. He's inside the Kangaroos 30. Nathan Feen. Stacey Jones. Lots of runners there and put down by Blair. And the Kangaroos return the favour, but a double knock on, and it'll be a Kangaroos feed.
If you're going to be a decoy runner, there's a few rules. One, you've got to look like you want the ball, and the second thing is you've got to expect the ball. And I'm really stinky thought that Stacey Jones was going to play on out wide, and the young fella got caught short there. If you're a decoy runner, expect the ball.
With Hodges. Hodges has got the right thigh heavily strapped. He's back to the 40. Jamie Lyon arrived with the Australians this week to join the Australian squad, so available for the rest of the Tri Nations. Almost lost there by Sivanasiva. Ruben Wiki had a little look up. Berrigan this time gets it right for O'Mealy. He's up to halfway, tackled low down by Kalis. Finished off by Mannering. Berrigan, Thurston, looking for inside runner. Got through the tackle of Kalis. Tackled from behind by Blair.
Needs more of that, Jonathan Thurston. That's what we talk about at half-time.
Kangaroos locked out. Step back, Hodges. He looks inconvenienced at the moment, but that's the way he goes as he gets inside the 10, then loses possession. Play on the call for Vangana.
He's making good fist to left centre as Justin Hodges, but still doesn't look completely naturally. Shows some great footwork as we see the Kiwis get a penalty for the Aussies being offside. But in this Australian squad, you've actually got four right centres: Jamie Lyon, Brent Tate, Mark Gasnier and Justin Hodges. As we see him here on screen. Some great footwork, great strength. We know he's got those things, but he's not a left centre.
He gave you the impression with the first two steps he had a limp. Then he put some fair dinkum steps on them.
Well, his left foot step's a slow one. He doesn't accelerate off the left foot. When he steps off the right foot, he explodes. The left foot just changes direction, and that's about it. It's a slow step.
Gus, I'm prepared to say, though, that he's doing it tough with this problem with the right leg at the moment.
He may well, but I'm just saying, even generally, his left foot step is a slow one.
He's doing a job for his coach, isn't he, out there on the left?
Of course he is. That's all he's doing.
Now for Blair. Then for Jones. Jones getting away for Vangana. Attack stymied there. Not getting it out as far as Maddai. It looked like they were creating on that right-hand side. Wiki gets inside the 40. Got the pass away. Trouble. Here's Gasnier. Almost back to halfway. Let's go down to Matthew John's sideline.
Yeah, just keep an eye on Darren Lockyer. I can tell you about a minute ago he copped a head knock and he was out. He was staggering around the field and he's recovered a little bit now, but just keep an eye on him. He was in la-la land 60 seconds ago. Sivanasiva
with the ball inside the 40 for the Kangaroos. 3 there. Blair picks him up. So does Fa'alongo. So did Kalis. Penalty to the Kangaroos.
Well, there's no upside in lifting a tackle player's leg. They just don't allow it anymore. It was a good shot. There's no reason to lift this leg. Two of them do it. Blair gets him in a dangerous position. And you concede the penalty. There was no need to that. They had the ball locked up. They could have wrestled with him for another 2 or 3 seconds, slowed the play the ball down. Here comes Australia.
Yeah, advantage the green and gold here. They start a set of 6. 20 metres out from the New Zealand line. Crowd lifts here at Telstra Dome. Thurston inside. Sivanasiva turned it around there. That was a nice bit of footwork. 15 metres from the Kiwis line. Berrigan, O'Mealy got a try last week. He offloads for Hindmarsh. Stands in the tackle and finished off over the top by Fee. 8 metres from the line. Berrigan, Lockyer, switch across. Thurston is hit out of the line by Nigel Vangana. They are still 10 metres from the New Zealand goal line. Their goal line defence has been good. This time they tackle on O'Donnell. They survive again, the Kiwis. Lockyer screams at referee Klein for the ball being stripped.
There's a good little couple of tackles there from the Kiwis. The first one was from Nigel Wagner. He come up on the opposite side. He knew there was a switch on. He come up and pressured Jonathan Thurston, really put the Aussies under pressure, forced them to play in the line the next play, come up with a mistake.
Adam Blair, another run, offload for Fiend. Fiend, good step. Tackled by Lockyer. 35 minutes out from their own line, but really getting a move on here. Blair took another one and then took a tackle around the stomach from Petro Sivanasiva. That pass has gone forward.
You sure?
A good 5 metres from Webb. He was trying to give Vadavai the mobile start.
No.
There was space there, but wasn't there? Let's be honest. It was about execution. The idea was right.
Turn quarterback, Brent Webb. So Kangaroo scrum feed, 5 inside their own half.
He's playing well, Sivanasiva.
Come on, Nathan.
He's been a good player for a long time, but
Stay in.
I don't know if he's ever been in this good a form.
Out.
There's another one with over 30 matches already for the year. And now King with the ball. For the Australians, we said in the first half, Sivanasiva, he's the oldest member of the side at 30. Hindmarsh, another hit up. 28 tackles, 8 hit ups tonight for Nathan. Hindmarsh lost the ball. Lost it on the tackle of Nathan Fiend.
Enthusiastic scenes there for the Kiwis. They know that was a big play. Nathan Hindmarsh just loses that cold end forward. Good call. Kiwis are fighting hard here. They're fighting for every inch, trying to hold on to the momentum, at least to get it to swing their way. They don't want to lose this one. They're right in it.
No weight. Feet down. Out.
Now Jones. They have the ball. Maddai takes a run at them. Soliola's been very good tonight. His centre partner. He's headed for a long test career in the black and white. Now Nathan Kalis. He was crunched in that tackle. Hindmarsh and O'Neilly. Jones 5 metres inside the half. Wiki looked to go straight over the top of Berrigan. Maddai's got some troubles right now with the trainer. It's headed his way as well. Jones goes straight through. Pass back for Webb. Webb is 10 metres out from the line. Needed one more man there. Still on for the Kiwis. Jones ready to go again. They get it out. Flick out the back from Menering. Soliola has scored.
Brilliant.
Kiwis. Sensational. Live rugby league on Channel 9 from Melbourne.
Played for the Kiwis, you know. I was starting to doubt whether they could score until then, and now they've crossed the line. I'm sure the confidence will be high. They'll be pumped, and they'll be back down the centre score again.
Let's go and sit down and enjoy it.
Matthew Johns, Benji Marshall's sideline. Lockyer goes high on the restart. Kiwis lead by 2. Want to give a big rap for Menering. His flick for Soliola to score. Menering had some troubles in the first half, but that was a massive play in setting up that try as well.
Remember Soliola too's a kid. I mean, he just muscled his way over the line there. He's very, very strong at close range.
They're both 20, Menering and Soliola. Now Wiki with it. He's not a kid. 52nd test tonight. At age 33, Ruben Wiki.
Enthusiastic as one, though.
Now Blair continues to work hard. 10 hit-ups. Anthony Tupou on debut is out there. And now Jones comes centre field for the Kiwis. He's putting his stamp on this match now. Shontaine Harpy with the ball.
Good defence, Hodges. He read that and got him again. And got him again.
Menering stood, got it back. Webb. They do have some danger players, don't they? When they've got a bit of space. Fiend runs out of dummy half for Jones. Swamped by the Kangaroos' defence there. Berrigan and Tupou. 38 out from the line. Last tackle. Fiend will kick it away to that corner again. And he will find the line. He'll take it out of play. They lead by 2. A break on Channel 9 from Melbourne. First tackle after the scrum at 8 points to 6. 13 minutes into the second half. On Channel 9, the second match of this Tri-Nation series. Ryan tackled outside the 20. Infield they come. O'Mealy, he's back to the 30. Now from dummy half goes Carmichael Hunt. Takes a run at David Fayalonga. Still Cameron Smith waits to come back on. He's on his feet. It mightn't be far off. He was good in his second stint last week. Thurston kicks, then ran into a shoulder. He was knocked straight down. Surely it had to be a penalty. Azatazi put Thurston down. He comes out wide for Soliola. Soliola's having a stormer. Got it round the corner and Mannery couldn't gather it in.
Just a rush of blood from the young fellow. A rush of blood. Thurston, look at this. The kick, he's going to get absolutely belted here by Azatazi. Azatazi couldn't run out of the way. And a great play by Thurston. Watch who's on the other side of the field in cover defence, making up for the mistake. The ball will go to Soliola. So it's only a half chance at best. There's Thurston across there to make the tackle, forcing the error. Carmichael Hunt did well. It was good counter-attack from New Zealand. Soliola should have held on to it. Nice play from Thurston. Gave the ball up but chased it.
They're starting to throw it around to the Kiwis, and the passes are starting to stick. That'll be awfully hard to defend for the Aussies.
Inglis hit it up like a front rower there. Got the facial massage from Vangana. He'll get a penalty as well.
Everybody out. Yeah.
And everybody out, the call from referee Klein.
He's a good referee, this bloke, isn't he? I mean, we're now a test and a half match, a match and a half over in this tri-series, and we haven't complained once about him. He's got to be real good.
Game's not over.
And you say we, Gus. I mean, you haven't. You had some troubles with the video ref last week.
He got
none tonight.
We got new video refs this week.
O'Donnell plays it. Another penalty here. This is for a leg pull. This is at 8 points to 6. Mason there, Rennie Matua, Brent Tate, and Antonio Kafusi now a kangaroo. Caution here for Blair.
Okay. Firstly, there, the tackle's completed, and you've gone back on with your knees there, okay? So there's no need for that at all, okay? Ruben, that's 2 play the ball penalties on the bounce, okay? Come on, let's just sort them out, okay? No need for that at all.
Good work there by the referee. He can sense too that the Kiwis with a narrow lead might be prepared just to give a few penalties to unsettle the Australians and wear down the clock. Now the Australians, with a massive show of respect here, are going to kick for goal to level the scores. So they feel as though it's going to be tight.
You know, the thing I liked about that decision and the way it was handled is that the referee made it about the game. He wanted the Kiwis to stay in this. There's no favouritism shown there, but he made sure that he addressed the issue and that the game was going to continue to flow. Because anyone and everybody that is watching this game right now is appreciating the contest and doesn't want to be spoiled by frustration or desperation creeping into either side's game, which could ultimately lead to penalties.
Just so you know, the referee was born in Sydney, was a Parramatta junior, but has been living in the UK for the last 6 years and was the Super League Referee of the Year in 2005. Ashley Klein. Over to Jonathan Thurston right now, though. From 30 metres out. He's around about 10 metres off centre. This to lock it up at 8-all. Thurston, 30 out. Thurston is off the upright. Thurston over. That was a little shaky. 23 remaining. Matthews sideline 8-all.
Look, I think it's time to get Cameron Smith back out there. He came off in the 24th minute. And Berrigan's a great player when you're on a roll and things are going well and your forwards are just rolling down the park. But at the moment, I get the feeling the Australians need a creator, and Cameron Smith's a creator.
Saw Nathan Hindmarsh on the sideline with O'Mealy, Thaiday off, and still Smith. At Mo, it's sort of a touch of Errol Flynn for Nathan Hindmarsh.
I don't like it. It's not him.
It's about a 2 out of 10.
It's a shocker.
November's just around the corner, boys. Remember that.
It's got 3 gaps in it. Here's Kite. Different folks, different strokes. Kangaroos in possession. 18 metres out from their line. Sivanasiva. What's he taking fashion tips off Phil Gould? 25 metres out from their own line. Australia in possession at 8-all. Led 6-4 at half-time. Berrigan back for Kite. Hasn't quite been as damaging this week as he was last week, and probably put it down to the intensity of the New Zealand defence. Berrigan, good run. Almost back to halfway. Picked up now by Ryan. On for Thurston. Kicks from 45 metres out. has got it to the corner. Webb got a good bounce. It was skidding ball. Webb is back, got around Lockyer, and does well to get back to the 20.
The Australians built their game last week on a big long kicking game. There hasn't been as much of it tonight. And what they have done into the corners, Webb's handled pretty good. Here's O'Donnell giving away another penalty, although I think it was milked by Webb. So the Australians have gone away from the things that served them well in the first game, and the Kiwis have improved some of the things that they were poor at. Hence an evening up in the game.
2-point ball game, second game of last year's Tri-Nation series. It finished in Auckland. Right now we're locked up at 8-all. Fa'alongo, Harpy, really good in the first half. Here's Asatazi, he flicks it out. That becomes an intercept for Kite. It was planted on his stomach. All he had to do was put his arms around it. Lockyer, almost away from Kidwell. So Australia in possession, and a squandered chance for New Zealand. Inside the Kangaroos half, Berrigan. Down the left they go with Tupou. 3 in the tackle. May have been stripped. Kidwell's got it. No call from the touch judge. So play on New Zealand.
See, that's a good call, because Tupou's a player who handles the ball in one hand. He's always got it available. So there should be no stripping penalty on him. By the rules, it probably should have been a strip, but I think it's a good call.
Asatazi. He's to the 30. 8-all as we get up to the final quarter of this one. Jerome Rapati out there. With the ball is Blair. Tackled low down by Tupou. Edge a little closer. Jones will steer them left. Brings his man in. That's David Fa'alongo. Good defence. Gaznia still able to offload. Now the step from Harpy, or rather Rapati, tackled 15 metres from the line. Webb will get into dummy half this time. On for Blair. He gets up to the 10-metre line. Was looking to offload. He has. It's a risky ball. Thurston comes up with it.
The Kiwis probably aren't coming up with the results that they're chasing off the back of the set plays, as Australia makes good ground out of their own half. But what they've got to concentrate on is to continue to try and push that pass. I know that they haven't had great success the last couple of sets, but it's the one thing that the Aussies are going to find difficult to defend.
And now with Ryan. By the way, I know it's a long way down the track, but there's no golden point extra time in Tri-Nations. They will settle for a draw, if that's how it should finish at the end of 80. Mannering is with the ball. Different story once we come to the final.
Lockyer out of dummy half, kicking that time, trying to resurrect the long kicking game I just spoke about.
"15 metres inside their own half. Rapati on for Maddai. He's recovered from that earlier knock. Kiwis about to bring Pulatua on for Blair. And they're right on halfway. Rapati attacks them down the left side. Vanganar's with the ball, ran straight at Lockyer. Tackle had to be completed by Gaznia. He's made 20 tackles tonight, Mark Gaznia. Jones inside Asatazi, good run, but great tackle Ryan. Now 30 metres from the line. Rapati. Jones goes high but goes centre field. All the early bombs were to the wing. Carmichael Hunt's got one to defuse, and he does an exceptional job.
Great take. Hasn't been one of his strong points over the 3 seasons he's had in the NRL, as Justin Hodges makes good ground here. But one thing he doesn't lack is courage. He came screaming in there, got up nice and high. A big play.
Soliola penalised that time.
Justin.
Very good, wasn't it? Kept his eye on the ball. And here's the penalty. Bit of milking there. Academy Award stuff.
Less than 20 minutes left on the clock. Time for the Australians to turn up the heat, if they can.
Berrigan. Sivanasiva, his Broncos teammate. There's plenty of them out there. 45 metres away from the New Zealand line. Berrigan again. Thurston shifts back to the left side. He's starting to send off some alarm bells here. Jonathan Thurston. Matty Johns wanted him direct at half-time. He's now providing. Here's Kite. Runs back at Kedwell. He knocks him down. Plenty will have loved that. Look at Willie Mason cheering up in the stands. Kangaroos with the ball 30 metres out from the New Zealand line. Berrigan brings it back in field. Fireday has to get to a ball low down and is tackled by Jones. 28 metres from the line. 17 minutes remaining. Thurston gets a kick. He's got it to the end goal. Has he? No. Bounced up. Still trouble. Mannering was able to dive straight to ground and did very well. You would have thought that kick would bounce on, and it just sat up.
He did get the good bounce, and it was a smart play. You could see that the Aussies are very much focusing on what Gus spoke about. They're trying to get it to the corners. They want to grind this game out. They know that if they can come home with the wind in their sails, they've got the class right across the park to get the points.
So they've shifted Mannering back to right wing again here in New Zealand, giving him a break, and Harpy goes into the forwards. Was it any surprise that Thurston directed his first kick straight for where Mannering had moved? Jones kicks from 25 metres out from his own line. It was a tired-looking New Zealand attack in that set. King returns for Australia and tackled 15 short of halfway. Puletua was up there first. The ball with Inglis in slow motion. That was a kangaroo hop or something he did 3 times.
Gazelle-like.
Just haven't got into their stride, the Australians, tonight, have they? Got away from the things they were good at, and at the moment just struggling to find formation again. Here it is, they've turned it over. They're making it up as they go along, and that's not like an Australian side.
Offload was fine from O'Donnell. It was put down by Tupou. Azatazi with the ball for New Zealand. What a test match, 8 all. 2 tries to 1, you've got to remember, 2 to New Zealand. Jones's 2 conversion attempts, he did not hit them well. Despite that, he will still be the match winner if the Kiwis can come up with a victory. Their little general, he's not the captain, but he steers them around. Here he is, Jones. Out it comes, Matai. Matai gets inside the 20. New Zealand's big chance right now. Tackle number 4. Vadavai. Jones. And across. Fa'alongo. Australian defence moved up. Mannering with the ball, offloaded. Back, Fa'alongo. Then for Webb. Out it comes, out in front of Harpy. Soliola with the ball. Tackled by Thurston and Hodges and Fireday and Inglis. Last tackle now. They go down the short side. There's trouble for Harpy. He needs to offload. He has. Soliola's come up with the ball. Soliola's got his second. Well, they'll check it with a video referee. But Soliola, for mine, this young rooster, has put his side in front.
They've been great in attack, but believe you me, they have been defending against 2 of the world's best centres and kept them relatively quiet. Soliola is just going from strength to strength. He showed glimpses last week of what he can do. This kid is going to be a superstar.
Now you start to trot out the stats. Australia have never won a test in Melbourne. There's a drop ball from the Kiwis. Vadavai's attention to detail. The Kangaroos beaten by the Kiwis back in 91, beaten by Great Britain in 92. And there is Manu Vadavai. Mark that down as perhaps a massive turning point.
Here comes Cameron Smith. This game's far from over, Bossy. I wouldn't go to the stats just yet. And Australia with a great opportunity to strike back straight away. They've got to play some football, though. They've played very little football.
Lockyer at lock for the scrum. Thurston with the ball. Gasnier looking dangerous for the Kangaroos. Vangana. Great tackle. Got him blindsided there. Quick play the ball. Hodges with it. Thurston. On they come for Tupou. Still Cameron Smith waits on the sideline. He gets on now. Berrigan off. Smith sprints back on. Hodges. Kiwis lead by 6. Thurston. Lockyer. Carmichael Hunt. Here goes Hunt. Hunt is over. For the Kangaroos. They're going to check it with a video ref again.
Well, they're looking for obstruction. But this is the first time in the second half that Australia have actually shown some formation with the ball, and they've prized open the Kiwis easily. They're looking for Sam Fireday, interference there, as to whether or not he takes the player out, and that's the gap that Hunt goes through. Now, I'm not sure that the Kiwi defender did all in his power to continue on with the defence. Fireday, for mine, never really looked like he wanted the ball. He knocks JC Jones over, and Carmichael Hunt will go through that gap. I've seen these pulled up before. I've seen these penalised.
It's going to be close. There's the guy that scored the try. I think Sam Fiday's grabbed hold of Stacey Jones.
No doubt about it.
Yeah.
And what he did do too, Jones then continued to hang on to make it look
Well, that's
like
what
interference was even worse.
I don't think Stacey Jones did all in his power to get off after Carmichael Hunt. He milked it.
Decision, no try. It's still 14 points to 8. Look at the Kiwis in the crowd.
They've gone up as one.
They're doing their own haka to a video refereeing decision. 11 minutes remaining. Hindmarsh comes back on. Smith is back out there.
Well, now it's a test for the best players in Australia's got to offer. I mean, this is about being in the Australian team. You're put under this pressure every now and then to find out just how good you are. They can still win this.
Steve Maddai with the ball. Matthew John sideline.
Look, Bossy, they didn't get the try there, but they've got to learn again. It was a bodies in motion play around Stacey Jones. It's got to continue to do it for this last 12 minutes.
Well, Vadavai really relieved after that. That drop ball from tackle one after the restart. Asatazi play the ball for Webb. Working down the left, he had Pulatua there in support.
He's been good, Webb.
41 metres out, Mannering some work on the shoulder on the sideline. Back for Maddai, almost lost it. He's tackled there by Ryan. We head into the final 10 minutes with the Kiwis up by 6. I'm sure Jones is thinking field goal here. They're 25 metres out, last tackle. They go to the left. Vanganar's got the ball, gets a dusty kick away. Hunt comes up the ball, and they rush through on in Pulatua and Vanganar.
Not a bad play. You watch them come up with a huge set in defence here.
Now Australia work off their line, and King is hit by Asatazi. Big Roy got in there with Wiki down low. Smith, now Tupou, managed to get past Maddai. That's tackle 3. They're 15 metres out from their own line. Kite pushed back. Now able to play the ball for Smith. Smith will get them outside the 20. Good run. Back to the 30. On tackle 4. Lost the ball. Lost the ball in the tackle. It'll be a scrum feed to New Zealand.
Ouch.
Touch judge picked this one up. There's a sneaky hand there from Roy Asatazi. He will get away with it.
You wouldn't be happy, would you? An extended star on the bench, one that you're not used to as a player like Cameron Smith isn't. First touch back on the field, and you come up with a mistake. He's young, but considered a senior player in this game by many.
Well, he's an 80-minute player too. And that happens from having a bloke like Berrigan on the bench. You feel compelled to get him out there. But you get an 80-minute player playing out of his comfort zone.
Soliola, another run for New Zealand with 9 remaining. New Zealand 14-8. Trailed 6-4 at half-time. Kidwell gets a run. Taken over the top by Hindmarsh. Down low was Tupou. Now 19 metres from the line. Wiki sends them to centre field. They may also think Webb for the shot at field goal. He's standing back behind the 20. New Zealand keep attacking. They are 5 metres from the line. Dummy half is Fayalongo. Do you want a back rower at dummy half in this situation? Gets it back for Jones. Field goal is successful. Kiwis are in front by 7. They lead by 7 with 8 to go. On Channel 9, Game 2 of the Tri-Nations, the short kick-off Australia took, and Matt King came up with a ball. So that is tackle number 2. And this ain't over. 7.5 remaining. Thurston out for Lockyer. Lockyer straightens up the attack. Taken down by Kidwell. 20 metres from the line. Smith. Thurston on for Thaiday. Thaiday has possession. Bulldog to the ground in the tackle. Wiki there with second row Pulatua. Thurston kicks well before the last, not his best. Webb's got the ball for New Zealand.
Well, the Australians are totally on tilt. They have not looked comfortable at any stage of this second half. They haven't got into formation. And little rush kicks like that from Thurston, a chip kick earlier, and that one a grubber kick before the last play, indicates that mentally they've lost touch with their game plan.
Ryan McLennan has sent Nathan Feen back out there. Wiki makes some hard meters again. Tackled short of the 30. Feen gets them rolling out of trouble. This is good stuff. Asatazi back to the 40. They've got themselves out of trouble in this set. Jones under pressure. Able to pass back for Webb. Webb's kick, collision!
Look out!
It came off King into Hunt. Now King's got the ball. I'm pretty sure it's play on. And King has tackled.
I can't believe there wasn't a knock-on in there somewhere. They nearly collided. Could have been catastrophic for the Australians as they go wide now, looking for space.
If you can explain it in a hurry, King knocked it back onto Carmichael Hunt and then regathered from a position behind where Carmichael Hunt touched it, so he wasn't offside. Inglis out wide. Away goes Inglis. Webb getting across. Look at him go. Greg Inglis has got to get there. That is super play yet again from the freak. Greg Inglis, absolutely superb, with the speed that would win a golden slipper.
He's a superstar. He's a superstar. No doubt about it. His try in the first half was one of that of a player with great skill and ability. And he's backed it up in the second half. Nice long pass from Lockyer, puts him on the outside. But it's over in a twinkling. Webb's no slouch coming across. Two big right-arm fends there from Greg Inglis. And then arrogantly runs it around underneath the post. We've got a one-point ball game.
Thurston from in front, successful. This is what we wanted. This is what we're going to get. 1 point ball game, 4 remaining. Matty John sideline.
Look, just on Greg Inglis, I mean, what a phenomenon he is. In the pre-season with the Melbourne Storm, the boys were doing skills and drills, and the great Kevin Sheedy, the Essendon coach, was watching nearby at Optus Oval, and he said to Craig Bellamy, I would sign this kid for the Essendon side on the spot. He's that good an athlete. Look at him go. I used to be able to do that one day, Benji.
Greg Inglis, I reckon he's grown somewhere between 3 and 6 centimetres this year. He's had the growing pains, problems with his back, his Achilles tendon. He is a giant.
And when you get a situation like this, Bossy, all the momentum is with Australia, even though they're a point behind on the scoreline. They know they need to score to win. The Kiwis are going to try and defend this 1 point lead.
High tackle on Thaiday. High tackle here on Sam Thaiday. Penalty. 20 metres out from the Kangaroos line, 4 remaining.
They didn't need that, the Kiwis. It is a high tackle, fair penalty, and the Australians now should have scored through Carmichael Hunt, have scored through Inglis, and have got the ability to post a late try. And remember, they're full of Queenslanders.
Big charge from Tupou.
They love doing this.
45 metres out from the line. Cameron Smith. Thurston's with the ball. Props off the right foot. Tackled there by Wiki. 3.5 minutes remaining at the Telstra Dome. Test Rugby League in Melbourne. And the Mexicans, they love it. They can't get enough of it. Vangana makes the tackle on Smith. 30 metres from the line. Thurston. Lockyer. Australian chant goes up. Carmichael Hunt explodes onto the ball. Gets it to Gazdia. Gazdia's over for a sensational try. Yet again. The crowd has erupted here in Melbourne. And the Kiwis, it's as if they have had their hearts ripped out. It is 18 points to 15. What about that? What about that, Gus Gould?
Well, I told you, it was Queenslander to Queenslander to Queenslander, but then a blue had to finish it off. And Gaznia, with little room to move, showed why he's one of the best finishing centres of all time. And the Kiwis, well, they're standing there going, what happened there? Thurston, Lockyer, Hunt, brilliant ball back on the inside to Gaznia. Thurston, Lockyer, the delayed pass, Hunt gets through the line, around the corner. Gaznia, you don't want the ball in his hands so close to the line, and Australia will win this test match from nowhere. The Kiwis, in all honesty, for 78 minutes, have been the more productive outfit. They've been the more passionate football team. At 15-8, they thought they had it, but the green and gold found some Queensland spirit. Kidwell kicks the ground in disgust, can't believe it. And the Australians have pulled off a miracle.
Well, Thurston lining up this kick. He rushed the last one. This one, it's like it's Sunday afternoon lunch. as you would say, Gus. He's rolled a cigarette. The referee has ruled time off, though. There is just over 90 seconds remaining. The Kiwis will rush back to halfway. They will look for the short kick-off. Thurston to put the Kangaroos in front by 5. 18 points to 15 right now. Here goes JT. Jonathan Thurston has got it. 20 points to 15. Stand by for the short kick-off. 90 seconds remaining.
Here's the play, the big play of the game. They've got to get this kick back.
Stacey Jones, well, he's got it the distance. Now getting through is Vandervine. Gazdia was there to bat it back for Lockyer. There was a touch of AFL in the home of AFL down here in Melbourne about that play. Smith with the ball. Siwanasiva. Tackled there by Azatazi. Now Smith, dummy half. Hindmarsh will just tuck it under the wing, get it back to halfway. 40 seconds now remaining. At 20 points to 15. Smith. Centrefield. Thurston. Off then for Kite. They're in slow motion. Kite takes the two-man tackle, but again he locks up the ball. They'll run it a little closer to the touchline on this play. And now straight through goes Ryan and tackled from behind. The ball over the sidelines, the play here. Cameron Smith. He kicks it deep. Vandervine goes back, loses the ball. So it's not caught on the full. It'll be a line dropout. And now they need the miracle of all miracles.
Well,
they have to get all back onside, Gus. They can't take a quick dropout. Here it goes. The line dropout. They go deep. I have no idea what that was about. Fielded by Lockyer. Siwanasiva will run it back. He will jog it back. And you have just witnessed a famous victory by the Kangaroos. A match that they have absolutely stolen. But it was done with sublime skill of Inglis, of Gazdia. 2 tries in the final 4 minutes. Over 30,000 fans here at the Telstra Dome have witnessed a supreme contest tonight and a 20 points to 15 victory to the Kangaroos.
You just got the feeling. 2 individual tries by that man, Greg Inglis, has opened the way for an Australian victory. Matty Johns down there amongst